Live from the Channels Television Global Headquarters here in Lagos, Nigeria, you're watching Newsroom Series. I'm Dominic Iriwu, and today our focus will be on the southeastern region. We begin with the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu appears before a new judge, Justice James Omotosho, at the Federal High Court in Abuja, facing charges of alleged treason. Moments after entering the court, Mr. Kanu's newly appointed lead counsel, senior advocate Kanu'S addressed the court and offered a full and unreserved apology on behalf of his client. Mr. Agabi acknowledged Kanu's past verbal attacks on Justice Binta Nyako, the previous presiding judge, the prosecution, and even his own legal team, stating that these actions were unjustified and born out of anger. He pleaded for understanding, emphasizing that Mr. Nnamdi Kanu is, in his words, a good man. The prosecution, led by senior advocate Adeboyega Awomolo, accepted the apology, promising to expedite the trial. Justice Omotosho himself acknowledged the toll the decade-long case has taken on Nnamdi Kanu, noting his age and the uncertainty surrounding his future. The IPOB leader pleaded not guilty to all 7 counts of alleged treason, as Justice Omotosho granted accelerated hearing, scheduling the trial for April 29th, May 2nd, and 6th. The Abia State's Governor, Dr. Alex Oti, has expressed his administration's commitment towards addressing Abia's energy challenges, exploring waste to energy and other recycling options to create valuable products. Speaking during the visit of Deputy Consul General of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Nigeria, Mr. Peter Qualis, and his team to Mvosi Isiala Ngwa, South Local Government Area of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti said his administration had signed a memorandum of understanding to support the waste to energy initiative.
The Deputy Consul General of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Nigeria, Mr. Peter Qualis, leads a team of officials of the embassy and the management team of Kautani Company to Isiala Ngwa South Local Government Area to meet Abia State Governor Alex Oti. The visit is aimed at strengthening economic ties with the state and enhance bilateral relations, particularly in the areas of waste management, circular economy, and renewable energy.
We thought that a better thing to do would be to cover the waste into the products that they will require. What would those products be? There to focus. People talk about this energy used for stroke events in very serious demand.
This partnership is reiterated by Mr. Kula and private sector partners that will implement the Waste to Wealth initiative.
Basically, what we are interested in is to learn more about your plans, your projects. How does the ecosystem look like? Are there areas where we could cooperate, where Dutch companies maybe could be of support, where we could help out, or where we could learn from Nigerian practices? So that's basically the reason why we are here today, looking for projects, looking for partners. This is just the first step. There will be follow-up meetings, and hopefully there will also be a follow-up mission going from Nigeria, interested companies and organizations, to the Netherlands to meet partners there. And that would be somewhere later this year, if I'm not mistaken.
And to allow people know that, hey, there's value in waste. And we have some digital solutions where we're going to be empowering homes and individuals to earn money with their own waste. So it's a really exciting time to be in Abia. And all this would not be possible without His Excellency's vision for circular economy, His Excellency's vision for creating jobs and converting waste to wealth.
It's a collaboration all parties are confident will help the state manage its waste effectively, sustain energy and recycling projects while creating wealth.
Over in Anambra State, as part of the campaign to promote sustainable waste management in Okija community and in line with the public-private community partnership of the Governor Soludo administration, the Obi Jackson Foundation, in collaboration with the Okija Buenyi brothers, have stepped up on the environmental sanitation campaign, Keep Okija Clean. In this regard, the founder of Obi Jackson Foundation, Mr. Ernest Azu Diallo Obi GC, has And Anambra State Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Felix Odimegu, who represented the governor during the launch, says the gesture should be emulated by other well-meaning Anambra people.
Anambra State Government's public-private community partnership is once again being keyed into by those obeying Governor Chukwuma Soludo's call, this time in Okija, Ihiala local government area of the state, where sanitation equipment procured by the Keep Okija Clean initiative is on display, aimed at driving environmental and sustainable waste management in Okija and its environs. The waste management materials, including compactor, disposable trucks, operational vehicles, waste bins, were donated by the Obi Jackson Foundation in partnership with the Okija Boyni Brothers Assembly as part of efforts to play the role as indigenous development partners with the state government.
Okija stands tall. You are a gift to this fatherland.
Operation Keep Okija Clean. Wow, what a splendid idea. This invariably means that you want to bring your people near God. And cleanliness is next to godliness.
Just for all this, peace.
Waste management authorities in Anambra State describe the donation as a gesture that supports a clean, green, and livable Anambra State.
Seeing what is here, my job as Aswama MD is made easier. I just hope that all our illustrious sons will introduce our BPCP of the governor to do this type of thing in their respective areas. Anambra will then be the cleanest state in Nigeria. Because starting from here, we will make Anambra the cleanest state in Nigeria.
What they have exploded today is worthy of emulation. It's commendable. And it's a way to say to the state government that we see what you're doing. We see what the governor is doing in transforming the entire state. We want to complement by making sure that where we live in Okija is also carefully to complement what the governor of Anambra State is doing in the entire state. Creating an enabling environment where people can come to live, to work, to learn, to relax, and to enjoy. Making Anambra State a destination lounge and not a departure lounge.
The donors note the importance of collective action in driving meaningful sanitary change.
The Obi Jackson Foundation is pleased to announce the development of a properly engineered landscape for Okija and its environs. This will be a long-term solution to waste management, ensuring that we move beyond temporary waste disposal solutions to a more sustainable and environmental friendly approach. This landscape will not only help manage waste efficiently, but will also create additional job opportunities and foster a healthier environment for all.
Aside from addressing waste management challenges, the initiative also hopes to create economic opportunities, as already over 100 street sweepers have been employed to kickstart the operation.
Tomorrow is the 2025 World Water Day, a United Nations celebration which focuses on the importance of fresh water with special attention on Goal 6 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which seeks to ensure water and sanitation for all by 2030. Access to good water across all communities is one of the major priorities of the Anambra State Ministry of Power and Water Resources, which says it has made significant progress in restoring pipe-bore water to major cities. This is to ensure livable and sustainable communities, which includes running water in people's homes, one of the greatest essential commodities for human existence. The current administration says it's revolutionizing the Ministry of Power and Water Resources, as well as the parastatals under the ministry, so residents can have access to seamless water supply. Now let's get more on this as we are being joined on the program by the Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Julius Chukwuemeka. He joins us via Zoom. A pleasure having you.
Thank you immensely for having me.
Now, there's a lot going on in Anambra State in terms of infrastructure development, and one of the areas being prioritized is supply of clean water to communities. Now, the governor just celebrated his 3 years in office. Now, could you tell us about the achievements so far in terms of ensuring water availability in Anambra State?
Okay, thank you so much for this wonderful question. Of course, I must say that Mr. Governor has done a whole lot in the water sector. First is that when we came in, we tried to establish a baseline in Anambra State. We had an inventory of the water facilities in Anambra to know where we are and how we move. Of course, if I borrow Mr. Governor's word, he will say that if you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. You know, and from our wash inventory, we were able to observe that over 71% of the water facilities in Anambra as of 2022 were not functional. And the 29 that were functional were largely those being in private homes and those being managed by communities. And they were, further, we were able to also identify the causes. Of course, one being the issue of power availability, and the other one being the management of the water schemes. You know, and of course, as at then, the State Water Corporation was moribund. The office was more like the den of lions. Then, so we had to start off this by designing a program that will actually tackle the major challenges. And what did we do? We designed a program that will cover the entire state. Anambra is a multi-city state, like we know. In Anambra, almost everywhere is an urban area. So we had what we call the statewide water revolution approach that will tackle both the urban area, the semi-urban, and the rural areas in Anambra. Because, of course, a system is as strong as its weakest link, like Mr. Governor will always say. You know, so if water cannot run in the rural communities like Okuko and, Uko, which is urban, but more like urban slum, Olumbanasa and Co., then that means water is not running in Anambra. You know, so in this design, part of what we considered is how we can have an energy mix in our water schemes, and how we can run the water scheme, you know, in a more sustainable manner. And in doing this, what we did is that as we speak, over 90% of our water schemes are running on solar energy as the preferred energy option. Of course, the energy mix we are running in Anambra, we have solar as the preferred option, you know, in compliance with Mr. Governor's agenda for environment. Okay. You know, and of course the global need for us to protect the biodiversity, you know, to minimize the emission of greenhouse gases. And then we'll have the grid, and grid as an alternative, the preferred alternative, and of course diesel is the worst case scenario. So the idea is that before these three sources of power will fail, of course, this will be almost absolutely near impossible. And of course, to tackle the issues around the management for the urban areas, we went into the age-long issue that the state was having with the staff of the corporation. And an act of court settlement was reached with the staff of the defunct Anambra State Water Corporation, with Mr. Governor already paid the first tranche of the arrears of their salary and pension. And with that, the Water Corporation office has been renovated and an MD appointed, and it is up and running as we speak. And in line with Mr. Governor's PPCP program, the public-private community partnership, of course, for the rural areas, we designed a program that will not only integrate the rural communities in the management, but will also inculcate them in the construction process, so that while you are constructing the water, the water schemes, they will be part of it. And upon completion, there will be proper handover to the communities, and we also keep our eyes on the communities to see how we can help them solve any problems that may occur from time to time, if there is any, in those communities.
Now, there's one issue. The theme of this year's World Water Day is glacier preservation. Tell us how the ongoing pipe bore water revolution in Anambra aligns with the global strategy of tackling global warming.
Okay, so thank you immensely. Like I said earlier, we've made solar to be our preferred source of energy. The idea is that, of course, we know that the causes of glacier depletion is global warming. And the global warming is largely caused by the emission of greenhouse gases, maybe say like CO2, which contributes about 71% of the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, right? So we designed the water schemes in such a way that they will run on solar energy, which is a form of green energy. The idea is to protect the environment, to mitigate global warming, and in turn preserve our glacier. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We had the Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Anambra State, Julius Chukwuemeka. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you immensely.
You're watching Newsroom Series live on Channels Television. Still ahead, we'll bring you more stories from the southeastern region. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Ebonyi State government has taken a proactive approach in repatriating no fewer than 800 indigents of the state displaced as a result of the demolition of Ilaje Otumara and Baba Ijora communities undertaken by the Lagos State government. In an exercise that lasted for days in different batches, the returnees, mostly women and children, arrived at Abakaliki, the Ebonyi State capital, successfully with hopes to start up life afresh.
The sight of the people arriving with salvaged belongings and visible frustration underscores the trauma and hardship they've experienced, as many have nowhere to go from this arrival point. Some of the returnees narrated how their businesses, wares and properties were allegedly looted in the unexpected demolition exercise as they appealed to the government for assistance.
The main problem now is that I think that before this, our governor will be preparing for us, because you know that we come with nothing. We come with nothing. We just come with our bag, our luggages. You cannot see food here. Only our clothes. We come with our clothes. So we are waiting. We are expecting him to do more. I know that he has saved us for bringing us from Lagos to Abakaliki, but can we eat ourselves? We can't eat our hands now.
He did and they do. I know the house. Only my children and people help me collect my children come. I want my government to help me. No, as I go, they do open shop for me, my children they eat for. I don't get anything as I come now.
The Commissioner for Special Duties and the focal person, Ebonyi State Diaspora Office, Mr. Valentine Okike Uzo, who coordinated their repatriation, confirmed that about 800 of those affected are willing to return home following assurances of their welfare by the state government.
We had up to 8 trucks and 8 luxury buses, and we can estimate that at least a luxury bus carries about 70 passengers on seats, plus other small chairs. So if you add it up, a bus can give you up to 9 people times 8 on 8 plus the truck. So we brought them in their numbers. So I can say tentatively that those who came will be in the neighborhood of 800, because some of them were still there. Like I said, some refused to come, some have rented houses, but those who came, maybe neighborhood of 800.
Reports from officials indicate that some other hundreds of affected persons in the demolition incident may not have agreed to return to Ebonyi State for fear of the uncertainty of starting life over again in the village.
The Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the National Automotive Design and Development Council has reassured Nigerians of the safety, efficiency and benefits of compressed natural gas as a viable alternative energy source for mobility. He made this known in Owerri, the Imo State capital, during the Compressed Natural Gas Empowerment and Awareness Summit 2025 themed Building a Youth-Based Nation Through Cleaner Energy. The summit aimed to create awareness, sensitize the public on safety standards, and highlight regulations for the use of CNG-powered vehicles. Our correspondent, Eitokwe Kute, has the details in this report.
Youth groups, associations and organizations gather in Owerri, the Imo State capital, for the CNG Empowerment and Awareness Summit 2025, organized by the National Automotive Design and Development Council. Addressing the audience, the NEDDC Director General emphasizes the purpose of the summit, stressing the importance of transitioning to cleaner energy sources and debunking misconceptions about CNG technology.
CNG is cheaper, it's cleaner, it's more affordable, and it's sustainable because Nigeria is a gas country. And that's why today we are putting together this summit in order to sensitize us, in order to explain to all the value chain in CNG ecosystem. We put this together to advise our youth, to sensitize our youth about the role each one of us will play in this CNG initiative. The purpose of this summit is to create this awareness and sensitize the public on the safety, standards and regulation in use of CNG.
Representatives from various organizations share their perspectives on the adoption of CNG vehicles and the need for enhanced infrastructure to support the transition.
When you look at this gas CNG, it's very cheap. So when you convert from fuel to gas, you see the economy will be normalized. Those who are farmers in the forest, they will have the opportunity to bring their food to the developed cities. You understand me? But if the system is bad, the fuel is high, the food items will be very high. So I want to thank my president, my governor, who bring this initiative for us to convert to this gas that is cheaper.
The initiative is described as a crucial step towards empowering youth with new skills, fostering economic growth, and promoting environmental sustainability.
The president has brought this initiative to coaching what is happening in the auto industry and to help youth, embrace this very important initiative.
The governor of Imo State was very pleased and insisted that this very important training and enlightenment program campaign on CNG will take place in Imo State, being the first state they are coming to in Southeast. And it's not going to end there. I know that the governor is also partnering with the NADDC and every relevant automobile body, both private sector, to see that very possibly in no distant time, it will take it up from here to the next stage, which is getting a lot of our young people who are interested in this license and getting them to have workshops where this conversion can be made. And the next thing is to see how we can immediately start the refilling stations for these CNG vehicles.
Speaking to journalists after the summit, the NADDC CEO reassures Nigerians that CNG-powered vehicles are safe, cost-effective, and environmentally friendly alternative to petrol-powered cars.
The training we are doing now in order to equip the people that will do the conversion with necessary skill and then be able to build their capacity and competency so that they will know what to do. Because number one, if you want to convert, you must know what to do in time of mechanical work you need to do, because you are going to drill parts of vehicle where you are going to put the cylinder. You are going to do some electrical works, and apart from that, you are going to do some digital work in time of ECU, and then be able to do the calibration, which is going to be the final one. So we ensure that the workshop has the required number of competent staff or skill to carry out this. Immediately this is done, then we guarantee the safety of the vehicle.
The NADDC has successfully trained 60 youths in Imo State and also plans to establish an automotive service hub in Owerri to further develop young talents. Eitokwe Kute, Channels Television News.
Staying in Imo State, the state governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma, has warmly received 29 young police officers from the state who are part of the regular Course 7 Cadet Assistant Superintendents of Police at the Nigerian Police Academy, Woodhill, Kano State. Speaking at the government house in Owerri, Governor Uzodinma commends the cadets for their dedication and perseverance during their 4 years of intensive training at the academy. He urges them to remain professional, ethical, and committed to contributing their quota to the nation's growth and security. Representing the governor, the Chief Personal Security Officer Shabak Boyako expresses pride in the achievements of the cadets, highlighting their role as ambassadors of Imo State in the Nigerian police force. He assures them of the government's continued support in their professional journey and encourages them to uphold the core values of integrity, discipline, and service as they approach the final phase of their training.
There will be challenges in the field, which are presently they are still undergo the training. And the lecturers in that training school with Kanu and the instructors, they'll be telling them, giving them the lecture how to go about the job, how to counter all the challenges they may across, and also how to do their work professionally, and how to get patient. They are living here by end of this month 30th, and they are moving to Sherhi. Many of them they are going to Goza for a training, another training for 1 month. And many of them are going to Sherhi. And that Sherhi is all about endurance. They are going there to learn how to, it's a leadership course. They are going there to learn how to do the job and how to be patient and also how to control a crowd and other things.
And that's where we drop the anchor on today's edition.
Thank you for having stayed to the end of this video. You made me really happy. One more thing, click on the notification bell so anytime I do a video, you will be the first to be notified. See you on the next one.